With a snort, Kamagabane put his burning head on his arms and couched tired. Exhaustion drew to his body. The classroom of the 9E winced an incredible hot on today's summer day, and the sweat had been running from his forehead for a few minutes. On top of that, he was shivering in the meantime, even though he preferred to die because of the heat. The redhead, exhausted, watched the others, who were listening in great concentration to Koro-sensei's mad lesson. The others don't seem to mind the heat at all. Man, it's really warm in here. Kama thought and sighed silently. Then he looked out of the open window and couched again softly into his crock. So how can you concentrate on math? He gave himself an indifferent smile, and then he dropped his head in his arms again. Exhausted from the heat, he closed his faded orange-yellow eyes, but opened them again just as quickly as a yellowish shadow appeared over him. Kama-kun, this is not the place to sleep. Solve the incantation, his teacher Koro-sensei encouraged him, but Kama didn't show any interest in it. Go away or die. I do not care. It's way too hot in here. The redhead replied in an unusually hoarse and tired voice. Of course, the octopus monster has to teach him right back, and pointed to the wooden thermometer which was on the wall. There are 20 degrees in the interior of the class. A pleasant temperature for you humans. Yeah, just leave me alone, the yellow-eye mumbled weakly, closing his eyes again as he took a deep breath. Immediately he began to cough again, and he repeated worried looks from his classmates. Kama-kun, is everything all right with you? Ryoma inquired, a little bit worried, who was only one place future from Kama. Yes, I think so, whispered the address, barely audible. He cleared his throat briefly. Kouchin turned his tired eyes away from the class and Koro-sensei. Nobody should seem so weak and ill. Couldn't they just leave him alone? Definitely not, because his class, and especially his class teacher, persisted. Kama-kun, do you want to tell us what's wrong? Koro-sensei asked sensitively, lifting the red head with his slimy tentacle. All mouths remained open as they saw the flush of red on Kama's cheeks and the exhaustion that reflected in his eyes. Tormented, Kama tried to smile, but failed as he coughed. You're not feeling well at all, Nagisa remarked, and all the attention of the 9E was now focused on the sick Kama. The front roof now turned back to see what had happened to the roof of the class. It was conceivable that it could all just be a joke, and that the disaster was well faked. However, the doubts left everyone when they saw Kama's condition. Hey Kama-kun, you shouldn't come to school when you're sick. For any occasion you dodge, and now you drag yourself sick to class? Takuya scolded. Yes, Muramutsu-kun is right. You could have made yourself comfortable at home. Kaeda supported the statement of her schoolmate with concern for the health of the redhead. You don't have to torture yourself in school, Nagisa explained reassuringly. You have good grades anyway. Yuma added, and smiled encouragingly at the sick boy. Shortly thereafter, the whole class began to talk to the red-haired boy until it was too much for him. Please stop. Kama waited so softly that he wasn't heard against the volume of the class. Whimpering, he buried his head in his arm, wishing the damn headache would stop. Like cannonballs piercing his head so much that the words of his classmates hurt. Even if he had been so strong, he couldn't do anything about those nasty headaches, except waiting for them to fade. However, every hope was destroyed because the class was talking loudly about his condition, which increasingly upset him. Did they make fun of him now, or did they pull him up? The uncertainty caused him as much concern as his condition. Couldn't you just be quiet, please? Kama tried again. You give me a headache. At that moment all eyes were turning on him again. There was a lonely silence for a short time. Only the tired coaching interrupted the silence, and only now did the redhead realize that the entire class or scattering about his place. "You don't sound good," whispered the blonde Rio, looking at him with her wide sky-blue eyes. "Yes, Karma-kun, go home. That's where you belong now." Ko-sensei calmly addressed his student and raised his head against with his tentacles. He felt no resistance, which is why he assumed that the power had escaped from the boy's body. His face looked at the weakened, and he immediately decided that there was no point in keeping Karma in school longer. If need be, no, it had to be, Ko-sensei would have brought him home. At least he would have done the accompaniment for him. "Yeah, I'm staying here." The best of class, Coach wearily, slipping his arms across the table, his head following. "You can't stay here, otherwise you disturb the others in class," the class teacher said seriously. "You only care about your lesson, right?" Karma scored with a sarcastic undertone. "You know that I care about every student, but it does not help if you continue to tutor yourself here," Ko-sensei said. Karma, sadistical, loud again, gave his teacher an execution look. His eyes showed that the fever had completely seized him. He started to shiver again, but he didn't seem to care. Shortly thereafter, his spiked red head landed again on the table, and lost in talk, he stared straight ahead. Why did they just leave him alone and continue the lesson without him, as they had done the whole time anyway? Why did everyone have to be with him now, and why did it have to be Ko-sensei who gave him the instruction? "Please, Karma-kun, go home and rest," Nagisa pleaded his old friend. "No, it won't work," he said in a pained voice, but he kept his brave smile. He swallowed hard once, suddenly feeling sick, but quickly he gained control of the nausea. Where did it come from so suddenly? He crouched again, swallowing hard again, then closed his eyes again. A new deep breath taken, and he felt a little better. The class waited tensely until Karma felt better again. "How so? Aren't you parent there?" the class speaker asked again, concerning about the heat of his comrade. The person in question only nodded slightly without opening his eyes. He just had to keep calm, then everything would be fine. "Where are they?" Ryoma now wanted to know, stunned. "Clear out," had been the simple response of the feverish that surprised and shocked everyone. "What do you mean, clear out? Karma-kun, what happened?" Rinka just asked him. Suddenly the mood in the class crackled, and the focus was no longer on Ko-sensei, but on Karma. Did his parent really left him, went away, or did it have a special background? Again, overwhelming silence prevailed. Worried glance flying to the classroom. "I'm not feeling well. Can we clarify that later?" the yellow-eyed boy said haughtily, and escaped a strong coach. "Yes, of course," Yuma agreed, turned to the class. "We should take care of Karma-kun so that he gets better soon." With education high, the 9E agreed to help a sick classmate. Then they also served Ko-sensei, who had changed and wore now distinguished as a doctor. He now wore a nurse cape on his head and a long white doctor's smock. He had a stethoscope around his neck. "Call me Dr. Ko-sensei," he sincerely asked the class, but didn't go down well with the students. "You're a teacher, not a doctor. He needs a real doctor," said the green-haired woman, without hurting the feeling of a quirky teacher. "You're right, but where do we find one?" Ko-sensei agreed, but his normal teacher closed his back on. I don't know any doctor office around here. Ritsu-san, can you check where the next doctor office is?" Yuma asked his digital classmate. The purple-haired girl started the search, and she had soon found information. Quickly, she let the coordinates appear on the big screen. "The next one is miles away, and then down the hill. This isn't possible for Karma in its present state," Hinata said, destroying any hope Coulson's give back. "You forget that I can move with Mach 20. But do we really want to fly to a doctor service with an octopus monster who is a teacher? I mean, that's obviously..." Rio finally saw the hope. "Can't I just stay here?" Karma wailed loudly, made himself more and more comfortable on the table. "For now, but that's not a permanent solution," said the class teacher. "And it's not a permanent solution that you live here," joked the boy, but regretting it immediately because he had to coach horribly. "That's a different story," Ko-sensei interjected. "Yeah, I'm tired," the redhead mumbled down a chair. "Then relax a bit, Karma-kun. Will you whisper to him and stroke him over the back? Hi,